777. Hi. Gay marriage. How effed up is it when you're watching a smoking hot newscaster and you're trying to get goo and all of a sudden she starts talking about gay marriage? According to the most recent Associated Press poll, 52% of Americans are in support of gay marriage. But according to the most recent ABC Washington poll, 53% are in support of gay marriage. So, evidently, eventually, it will be 100% support for gay marriage just so people can get the hell out of taking these polls. I myself have never taken one of these polls and I'm not against gay marriage. I'm sure that some of my friends are gay. I don't know. I don't care. Gay marriage is completely legal and recognized in Iowa, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and the District of Columbia. But I don't know, maybe the weather there doesn't suit you. If the idea is just so that gay marriage can be recognized so that gay couples can have the same legal rights to make decisions over financial and medical things as heterosexual married couples, why not just give each other power of attorney? Call each other husband, wife, 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 husband, husband. I don't know how that works out. And introduce yourselves as married. I'm sure nobody's going to argue the point. After all, what's in a name? But maybe changing the law about what marriage is not the solution. Maybe just trying to change the definition of the word marriage might be an easier road. Also, a lot of people in America are becoming completely allergic to marriage anyway. There's a recent poll that said 52% of households occupied in America are occupied by unmarried couples, which is like retarded if you think about it. But anyway, reason being, anytime there's a marriage and there's a divorce, the wife always wins. So in gay marriage, how does that work out? If it's guy, I mean, if it's girl, I don't understand how that works out. But less and less people are getting married anyway. Okay, can anybody believe that the Crystal Cathedral is going bankrupt? I visited this place like 5 years ago, and there's sidewalks are, built one square at a time. You could actually get your name written in one of the squares of the sidewalk leading up to the front door of the Crystal Cathedral if you donated $1 million. And the squares weren't empty. There were lots of names in there, so they got lots of $1 million donations. I don't know if you've ever seen the Crystal Cathedral. It's beautiful. It's glass. You could stand on one side of it and see right through it to the parking lot on the other side. It's amazing. It's an expensive structure. Bankruptcy. Wow. Wow. Yeah! Ohio, a 17-year-old boy is sentenced to 2 years after leading a 50-mile chase through 3 counties in a stolen dump truck. Dump truck. Police video shows the boy smashing into police cars and other vehicles. Who didn't want to play with a dump truck when they were a kid? Huh? In the boy's defense, he said he was sorry. He was just drunk. Which crack is this kid gonna get lost in? Who are we kidding? He's been lost in the cracks for quite some time now. And I couldn't find that his parents had anything to say on the matter, which in itself, I think says a lot. Public pools all over America are being drained because the budget's being drained, because of the recession. This is terrible. Pools are a rite of passage. I got felt up for my first time in a pool over at Ken Marr's house, by Ken Marr's dad. I probably should have been in my own pool. So in short, get your own pool. Unless you're too poor to get your own pool, then find an Asian kid with a perverted father. And if you live in a neighborhood where there is no Asian kid, you're probably not worried about a pool. Because you live in Montana, where it's flooding.
Ooh, yes.
Douglas Irving was arrested on Thursday in Las Vegas. According to a masseuse he paid $180 to for a sensual massage. He started touching her in an inappropriate way against her will. Then he offers her $10,000 to have sex with him. And she says, and this is what she told the police, I gotta see the money first. So then he whips out a fake police identification card and says, you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you don't have sex with me. So she has sex with him. Now, Douglas Irving is a bit actor. He was in Stargate and some other things. I don't even know. Look him up on imdb.com. Douglas Irving. So she testifies that she was like, show me the money first. Then she has sex with him. Then Oh, and his police identification card says special agent. I wonder if her masseuse card says special masseuse. He was arrested on Thursday and I guess appeared in court on Tuesday. I wonder how she found out. She said he was very cop-like. Well, I don't know if that's very cop-like what he did, but that's weird in itself that she said he was very cop-like. You know what I mean? A state agency in Hartsdale, New York has told New York animal cemetery owners to stop burying people. Is this a sign of a bad economy? And the name of the place, Hartsdale, like Hartville or Lovetown. Anyway, Rona Levy has 5 pets already buried there and was planning on being buried alongside of them. I bet they're cats. Thomas Ryan already has 2 pets buried there, BJ1 and BJ2, and a wife named Bunny. Now he's already paid for a spot for him to be buried along with his wife Bunny and his 2 pets. That's not going to be allowed, but they say there's still space for BJ3. According to Thomas Ryan's niece York, I know that's confusing, her name is York and this is happening in New York, but her name is York. She says, "My uncle wants to be buried beside his wife and what he considers to be his children, and I'm not letting anyone stand in the way." She added, "His love for those dogs was just as real and just as strong as a parent for any child." But she didn't say anything about his love for his wife Bunny. Oh man, that's funny. So what New York's Division of Cemeteries is saying is that cemeteries are not for profit. So by charging a $235 fee to open a grave and put in ashes, Hartsdale is violating the non-for-profit laws. According to the Division of Cemeteries' own website, private cemeteries do not fall under the non-profit ordinance. And Hartsdale Pet Cemetery is a 115-year-old private cemetery. So according to the New York Division of Cemeteries' own website, Hartsdale Private Cemetery does not fall under that ordinance at all. Even though they're non-for-profit, I'm sure $235 is a heck of a lot cheaper than what they'd be charged to be buried anywhere else. Again, is this a sign of a bad economy? If you ask me, the entire earth is one big cemetery and we're all going to end up in it. What about this Anthony Weiner, congressman thing, however you pronounce his last name, I don't know, being accused of possibly sending inappropriate pictures of himself to a 17-year-old girl? Who cares? I mean, I think he probably did it, but I don't care. The fact of the matter is it takes a lot of time to cultivate an online relationship to get comfortable enough to do a damn thing like that. And a congressman shouldn't have that kind of extra time.